Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here on a Forza Motorsport 5 with another silly car build. Today's vehicle is the Lotus Esprit, one of my dad's favourite cars. I believe this one. I picked it because, well, I was thinking of trying to come up with something to beat the Supra. I mean, the Supra set a phenomenally quick time out. It went almost a second quicker than a Lotus Elise. So I was trying to come up with something that could beat it. And this was my answer, pretty much. I mean, it's made by Lotus, so handling should be pretty good. Look at the size of the wing. It's a very big wing. It's strange seeing an Esprit with that kind of wing and not its normal wing on the back. So yeah, oh, the colour, while I think about it, I almost forgot. This is a manufacturer colour. The Lotus came in this purple. I didn't put it on here. I actually quite like it. It kind of suits the car. It surprised me. I thought it was being silly, but I don't mind it. In this purple. When we go inside, it is, shall we say, a bit dull, a bit dreary, much like the Supra. It's all black in here, apart from the little bit of purple around the gear stick and the occasional colours on some of the dials. I think there's a bit of purple on the door. Indeed there is. Not the most exciting interior. Can we get out? Thank you. Not the most exciting interior on the Esprit at all. But the best bit of all is, come on, there we go. It's got pop-up headlights that work. I mean, they only work in Forza Vista. You can't run around in the races with them up, which would be very cool. I don't think you can. If anybody knows how I can get it to do that, please do let me know. But I don't think you can. I mean, yes, I know it ruined the aerodynamics, but it's cool. Pop-up headlights are cool. So yeah, I think this car stands a chance, at least, of beating the Toyota Supra. That is partly down to the engine. When we go in here, we can go to engine swaps. Of course, we're not using the normal Lotus engine. We're using the 6-litre V12, which gets almost 1,200 horsepower. That is an awful lot of power. The weight is also pretty good, 2,600 pounds. That's a decent power to weight ratio, maybe not quite as great as the Lotus 11 or Lotus Elise that have gone around. However, that's still a pretty damn good power to weight ratio. And of course, this being a Lotus, it should be good handling. It's also a fairly sizable car. When we come back to, I think this one here will show me that, there we go, we can have a look at the car. And this isn't a small, dinky vehicle, so it's likely to be a bit less twitchy. You know, the Lotus Elise is probably half the length of this, and the 11 is very, very small. So I'm hoping with a bit wider, a bit longer, this might be a little bit more stable. The rear tyres are also pretty damn big. Where's the thing gone for them? I'm not sure on the size. They look big to me anyway. Rear tyre width. How big a tyres have we got? Yeah, they're fairly big tyre. Perhaps not the biggest. I think 325 are the biggest I've seen. It's still got some fairly sizable tyres on this car. We are asking it to deal with a lot of power, but I'm hoping, I'm quietly confident, shall we say, that this Esprit might be quite quick. I'm hoping it will be, otherwise I'm out of ideas. So, as per normal, we are going to our test track at Sebring Club, where I've got 4 laps to set the fastest time possible. My normal benchmark is a stock V8 supercar that did a lap time of 1 minute 8.1, and while a lot of these cars have much higher PIs than that, they can often be very difficult to drive and therefore slower around a lap. The Supra set a 1 minute 5.2, very, very quick lap time. It was, as I said, second quicker than the Elise. So this is going to be a tall order for the Esprit. I think it should beat the V8 supercar. The Supra is going to be a challenge, shall we say. It's going to be an almighty challenge to do that quicker a lap time. It's all whether this car can put its power down and remain decent enough through the corners. First big test is coming up on cold tyres. Is probably, well, it is quite scary on cold tyres. Can we? We're not going to do that flat. No way are we going to do that flat out on the first run. How are we under braking? Oh, wheel on the grass. That's not a good thing. That's not a good way to try and slow your car down. Don't have a wheel on the grass when you jump on the brakes. I think the brakes are quite good in here. It didn't, like, okay, yes, I fell off the road at that corner, but that was because of my positioning on the track, not because of the brakes failing on me. Braking, it does seem quite good. I mean, putting the power down, this is a lot of horsepower. You do have to be careful There we go. I was full throttle very briefly down there. Oh dear, we overshot that. Carrying too much speed into there. Yes, we are getting plenty of wheel spin coming out of these corners. It's not uncontrollable though. I've actually got quite a lot of understeer through there. Wasn't quite expecting that. And then we've got to feed in the power carefully through here. Carefully does it, and yeah, we can't be flat out through here. It's not as nice as the Supra in that department. It is very quick, as 180 miles an hour before jumping on the brakes. Just get it stopped. That's very fast. For this track, 180 is the Lotus Elise is one of the very few cars that has got to that speed down that first start-finish straight. I mean, that's only a little lift through there. Oh, we've got to jump on the brakes pretty sharpish to get this Esprit stopped. Oh yes, it's a quick car. It's a very quick car. With this much power, you've got to be very delicate on the throttle and being extra cautious. It's actually got quite short gear ratios, the standard. This has got all of the upgrades put in the car. That's, ooh, over the curves. Twitchy. Yeah, normally I'm sort of stuck in sort of second, third and fourth around here most of the time. These are pretty short gear ratios, decent gear ratios in this car. Okay, well, a couple more corners to go on this lap. Yeah, this is actually, I mean, considering the power we're putting through this car, it's quite nice to drive. I mean, you're constantly aware that it is trying to kill you when you go round a corner at high speeds. This is quick. I mean, that was not a particularly good lap. It's a 1.62. Yeah, this stands a very good chance. We've got to find a second. Oh dear, we got... Okay, we've got one more lap. It's not as easy to drive as the Supra though. As quick as this car is, it's nowhere near as easy to drive. It's not quite flat out through there. There's got to be a lift. I mean, this is going quicker though. This has got such phenomenal acceleration. I mean, it matches the Elise in acceleration wise. Oh dear. But you've got to be so careful. So careful on the throttle. It's not so much twitchy. This isn't a twitchy car, not in the same way like a Lotus 11 is. It's not particularly twitchy. It's just trying to put too much power down out of the corners that is the real problem. Or doing that, going so fast you don't realise where on earth you are on the track and miss your braking point. Well, I know where I am on the track. Missing my braking point is what I meant in that sentence. Never mind. You know what I mean, ish. Okay, we've got one lap. Nothing like a bit of pressure to make things interesting. To get this one done. Okay, nice round here, nice through here, and then open the throttle. All of the speed. Jesus Christ. This is probably the fastest car we've had here. I mean, I'm jumping on the brake. I mean, I've got to jump on the brakes quite early, but that's 182 miles an hour I got to before I stopped it. That is some acceleration. It may not go on to the ultimate top speed of some of the vehicles we've had, but dear God, that is fast in accelerating around this track. Okay, get it stopped into the next corner as well. Now, be careful on the curves. I can't do anything to upset this car. It's on such a fine line between going around a corner and having a big crash. This is quite a terrifying car to drive. I mean, I'm not so much scared of it suddenly become overly twitchy, unless I hit a curb, in which case then we could have a problem. But yeah, you've got to just be careful with everything. Oh, we're a little bit wide. Don't spin the wheels up too much there. Oh, it's going to be very, very close. If I can be neat and tidy through here and then get a good run onto the start-finish straight. I don't want to carry too much speed and waste time sideways as we come through here. Oh, how much do I do? Okay, now it's flat out. Here we go, Lotus. Can you do it? It's a 1 minute 5.1. It goes quickest, but only just. And then we definitely don't stop for the first corner. Good God. It's quick. The acceleration in this thing is mind-blowing. This is quicker than the Elise accelerating with this much power. Even though it's heavier, it is so bloody fast. But it's not nicer to drive than the Supra. As much as I like the Esprit, that Supra was so much nicer to drive. Yes, you can go quicker with this car, but dear God, are you holding on? You are holding on for your life. It's not an easy car to drive. Ugh, that's a scary thing to do. We've got done very quickly with our 4 laps. It does go quickest just, but God, it's a crazy car, this one, as you would expect. Well, now it's time to find out how quick it goes in a straight line. I'm going to guess pretty damn quick. It's going to be pretty quick, whatever we do to it. As my guesses on the speed, once we dump the aero off, we may see 250 miles an hour, perhaps, from it. I mean, the Esprit's fairly streamlined shape. and we've got some of the most power we can get in Forza 5. So I'm going to go with 250. I've been underestimating everything, so we're going to... looks like I'm going to be about right as well. Dump the aero off, sort the gears out. Now I think we will be getting about 250 miles an hour out of this Lotus. Yeah, I think we need some longer gear. Longer gears. That's the way we want to do it. How fast can we go? Oh, I was wrong! Are we going to get 270 out of this? Could we do it? I think we're going to run out. I think we're not quite going to have... No, 267 miles an hour. That is a lot of speed. I mean, if I took the wings off, it could probably reach 270 and then have a very big crash when it came to the corner at the end of the straight. So in my attempt to actually get it around the corner, the wings shall stay on, as they always do. This is going to be quick and very scary. Now, I'm not sure we're going to make the corner at the end of the straight, not at these speeds with no aero. I mean, if any car can do it, this might be one of the few. But it didn't have a huge amount of... Well, to be fair, a lot of the corners at Sebring are low speed, so you're spinning the wheels up with the power, not necessarily having an oversteery car, if you like. I don't think it'll do it. I think at 200, assuming this gets up to 267 miles an hour, or thereabouts, I'm not sure we're going to make that corner. I don't think many cars have the grip to get away with that. We will try it, though. It's got to be done. And this is the way this car picks up speed. That's 160 miles an hour already. It's so easy to gain speed in this thing. It's a phenomenal vehicle. And then through here, look at this. It's sort of fairly tame until you try to do anything. Until you try to use a small bit of power. It can be okay to drive. Oh, it's not going to like the bumps, is it? Crap. It didn't like the curves at Sebring. It doesn't like the bumps through these first corners. No, it's not going to be fun around the end of the straight. Yeah, this is a bit of a strange car, this one. You can get it understeering. If you're not oversteering, you are going to be understeering in this. Oh, that's a new thing. Don't do that. That's a dumb thing. I put a wheel on a bit of grass again and it threw me around. Okay, here we go, Lotus. How fast can we get you up to down here? Can we? I think the Elise was doing 200 miles an hour by that. Yeah, it's about the same speed as the Elise at 200. And we're up to 220. Good God, this is fast. 240 miles an hour before we even get past the first chicane bits. 250. Come on, Esprit. You can do it. You can get the 260. It's got the 260. Bloody hell, this car is fast. That is some serious speed in this vehicle as we come up towards the dreaded corner. 267 it is. We are stuck at 267 miles an hour trying to take a corner. That was in the air. We're around the corner. Whoa, 250 miles an hour in the back end stepping out, but it made it. Okay, you've surprised. Oh dear, we may have left that a little bit too late. I forgot how fast we were going. Please stop. Okay, now we tried the gravel trap. I'm used to doing sort of 220 round down that bit, not 250. I missed the braking a tiny bit. Yeah, this is very fast. This is an incredibly quick car. Good God. If you keep it just in a nice place, it can be okay to drive around the corners. You can kind of keep it under control a little bit, and then you step over that line, and then it tries to kill you. It's an interesting car to drive, this one. Not twitchy as such, but with so much power. It's very hard to use, and there is so much acceleration as well. Once you get that power down to the road, it's not too hard getting the power down to the road. Certainly not the worst car I've driven, but once you do get that power down to the road, it's so fast out of every corner. You come to a corner 20, 30 miles an hour quicker than anything else you've ever driven. It's quick. It is a very quick vehicle, this one. And it goes top of our silly cars around Sebring and very comfortably beats the V8 supercar. So there we go. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.